is the pride of Bakersfield, California, and he is also the pride of Oakland, California right now, crushing it for the 7-2 Oakland Raiders who lead the AFC West entering their bye week. He is Derek Carr here on The Rich Eisen Show. How are you, Derek?
I'm doing good, Rich. How you doing?
I appreciate you taking time on your bye week. You know, you could be spending time with your family. What are you going to be doing on your bye week?
Oh, man, well, right here after this, we're going to take my son to his swim lessons.
Okay.
And then after that, we're really just going to hang out all week, man. Get some time, finally to relax.
Okay. So do you throw him in the deep end of the pool? What's that swim lesson look like, Derek? What do we have here?
No, man. This is because it's been going on during football season. This is the first one I get to go to this year, so I'm kind of excited.
Good for you. How old is he?
He's 3.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Soak that in, Derek. I mean, soak it all in. As you appear to be soaking it all in. It seems like everybody's having fun there in Oakland. Would that be a proper read of the situation for you guys right now?
Yeah, I think you hit on the head, man. I think that our fans and, this organization has been through so much, as everyone knows. It's well documented, obviously. So the fact that we're 7-2 and sitting in first and, able to control, a good amount of what we can control, man, it's just fun right now, and, as I know and as people around the league know, you got to enjoy the wins when they come, man. They're so hard to get.
And I know, look, there's always moments in the season that you could look back in hindsight as to that was a moment, that's a turning point, that's not. Do you think you would be 7-2 and doing as well as you're doing if Jack Del Rio did not go for 2 in New Orleans in week 1 at the end of that game?
Man, that's a good thought. You give Drew Brees the ball in overtime. That's a tough thing to think about for any team. So who knows? Who knows what we'd be? But I can tell you this, man. We're fired up that we are. It feels good that we are.
Well, I guess part of the reason why I bring that up is it seems that he's got the pulse, right, by going for 2 there, by letting you audible at the line as you have in crucial situations, by giving Donald Penn an offensive play in his former place of business in the end zone, right? I mean, so how much are you taking your cue from your coach, Derek?
Yeah, he's our leader. There's no doubt when he walks on the field who our leader is. And, that's a good thing to have. There's just some personalities, man, when they just, take the field and when they come into a room, that they have some about them. And maybe that's the linebacker in it, who knows. But, there's no doubt, on our team who our leader is. Derek
Carr, Raiders quarterback, joining me here. What about you? How are things different for you this year?
Oh, man, I'm just not, I'm just trying to play smart football. I'm really, learning this game and how to manage it as a professional, as a veteran, and you take all things into consideration. Do you jam that ball in there and hope something good happens, or do you take the completion, add to the punt, and let Marquette, who's a weapon for us, pin them deep? Just putting the whole game in perspective. Really trying to keep the whole team in mind, when making decisions. So it's happening a lot faster for me. The game is slowing down, and those kind of thoughts happen quick for me now. As you get older, and it's nice, to be 3 years in and. I'm getting a good grasp of, what it takes to win.
Give me a decision, if you can, or a moment that you did this year in this 7-2 stretch that you thought either at the time or afterwards, driving around, hanging out, boy, that's something I was not able to do last year.
Oh, man. There's plenty of times. There's plenty of times where, I have a receiver, running down the field, and there's probably a 1 out of 10 chance that that ball will get completed. But there's no doubt in my mind it's 10 out of 10. You know what I'm saying? I always think that I can make those plays, but just putting the team first and understand the situation, understanding the score, understanding the how everybody how the clock management that portion of things, and instead of checking the ball down and letting him run for the first, and if we don't get it, add him to the field goal or add to the punt. There's been multiple situations and times like that, and that happens from watching those guys that have been playing 10, 12 years, that they do those little things, add 5 more yards to that field goal for your kicker, add, a couple more yards for the punt, for your punter. If you're in a backed up situation, just adding a little bit, to the punt. If that, that shot for first down isn't there, add a little bit to the punt to give him more room, in the protection. So there's a whole bunch of times, honestly, that stuff is happening, and it's just been, because my quarterback coach and myself, we've been drilling it like crazy in the off season.
And so what I guess there's different ways, Derek, of winning games, obviously. You win it with a 2, or you win it in overtime like you did in Tampa. Or you're doing what Donald Penn said on Sunday night, which is running the same running play 10 times in a row and jamming it down the throats of the defending Super Bowl champion defense. What was that like on Sunday night, running the same play over and over again with success?
Yeah, I'm interested to see what my footwork grade is because I get graded on my boots. I was trying to turn around and watch, so hopefully I booted out and then turned around to watch. But, it's just, man, I would hand it off and you just hear, nothing but pads popping. And, I told, somebody earlier this week that it was one of the most physical things I've ever witnessed in my life. Both sides, both the D-line and O-line were going at it. They were getting after each other. And, it was fun. It's fun for me to watch, obviously, playing quarterback because you're not in the middle of it. But, it's good, man. It's good to see our O-line do that. It made them feel good. I think we needed a game like that. And I'll be the first one to tell you got to play solid defense and run the ball effectively to win championships, and I have no problem with that.
Derek Carr joining me here for a few more minutes here on the Rich Eisen Show. I'm just going to take a stab with this one. You saw what the Chicago Cubs did, and obviously the Raiders have won within the last 108 years, but it's been a long time for Oakland Raider fans, right, since they've won it all. Yeah. I'm wondering, did you see the reaction of Cubs fans to the Cubs winning it all, and at any point pausing and realizing how much hope is being put into you in particular, Derek, for this comeback?
Oh, yeah. You watch those Cubs win, and, I really enjoyed it. To be honest, I sat there and watched, even though the rain delay pushed my bedtime back a little bit. But,
yes.
I sat there and watched, and it was just so cool to see those fans relieved, see those players and coaches, just the joy on their face. And that's something that I look forward to someday. Is looking next to me and seeing the joy and the happiness, and all my teammates and all the coaches and all the fans. We talked about earlier in the show. Raider Nation has been struggling for some time now. They've been wanting a winner and things like this. So I hope they live it up, man, and enjoy it because we have a good team and we look forward to being good for a lot of years to come.
What does your 3-year-old think when he sees pictures of the black hole, Derek? I mean, you have to sometimes explain to him that's not what they really look like at all.
I asked him the other day, I said, what does Daddy do? We were trying to figure out if he, understood, and he said, Daddy runs through the fire, he catches touchdowns, and we yell for him. So I don't know if he's really paid attention to, what they're wearing or anything like that, but
okay.
He says he likes to wear his sport shirt.
Okay, good. Isn't it amazing? Don't you just wish it was that simple again, Derek?
Seriously, man. I just love it, man. It's the best. It makes my day every time coming home to see my 2 boys.
And as you know, we're big punter aficionados here at the Rich Eisen Show. And I like Marquette. I like what he's doing. I like it. I like the dancing moves too, Derek. I mean,
yeah.
What does he do this in practice? Is this something that he does? I want to know the process here. Walk me through the process of Marquette King, please.
Marquette is definitely a different cat, and I can tell you this: he's not doing it to show off or show out or make fun of anybody. He's honestly doing it because he's honestly just having so much fun. He loves to have fun, and that's all he's about. So I hope no one takes it the wrong way. I really hope that for him, that no one takes any of that the wrong way. But he is just having fun, and he loves punting the ball, man. And I told him not to get used to it because we don't like punting too much.
That's right.
When he gets his opportunities here and there, it's okay for him to have fun.
Yeah, that's right. So if he's dancing, that means you're not scoring, right?
That means I'm not very happy with it. So, I haven't got to watch him in person too many times because I'm on the tablet. But
okay.
But yeah, man.
Yeah. Well, he was riding the pony on Sunday night, Derek. He was riding the pony.
Oh man, I don't doubt it. I believe anything you would have told me then. I would have believed it. So.
Hey, Derek, have a great bye week with your kids and your family. Safe trip to Mexico and back, and then love to catch up with you down the line here in the season.
Of course. Thank you, Rich. Thanks for having me.
Great chatting with you. That's Derek Carr at Derek Carr QB.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.